The Commission for Gender Equality wants the criminal justice system to speed up all gender-based violence cases. It says the speed at which the courts conducted the Nosicelo Mtebeni murder case is a model that should be applied to all cases. The High Court in East London sentenced Aluta Pasile to 25 years in prison after he pleaded guilty to murdering and then dismembering his then-girlfriend. Joining us now to talk about this further is Commissioner Lindiwe Ntuli-Tloubatla to speak about this a little bit more. Many thanks for your time, Commissioner. I mean, I've just mentioned in my intro there that it was a model situation or the ideal situation, the manner in which the case for Aluta Pasile was dealt with. But unfortunately, there are hundreds, if not thousands, of cases that are waiting to be heard for women who were either violated or subsequently murdered, and those court cases are not yet finalized.
Yes, thank you very much for the opportunity to be interviewed by the channel. Yeah, we welcome the judgment sentence as the Commission for Gender Equality, though we would have wished for more, but also the fact that there are a lot of cases in the country that has been stalled, that is a matter for concern for us as a Commission. Because when we engage robustly as commissioners, we came to a conclusion that, for an example, on cases of rape, the issue of DNA, like we have over 240,000 blockage as far as DNA cases are concerned. And our concern also as a commission is that the fact that cases are prolonged for a long time, it deprives the survivors, the families, and the victims an opportunity to find closure and opportunity also to heal at the same time. So we call upon our criminal justice system to focus, operate with efficacy, and ascertain that they resolve the cases with immediate effect. Because when you look at it, the longer the cases are prolonged, on its own, it's a denial of justice to those that are affected by the whole setup. Thank you.
When you engage with those who are working within the criminal justice system, Commissioner, what do they say are the major reasons for these prolonged delays that we see? Is it a matter of not having sufficient resources or the skill set? What are the major impediments here when it comes to the long wait in the justice being served for victims of gender-based violence?
Yeah, among other things, the protection of witnesses remains a challenge. We don't have an adequate, or we can say it's not effective enough, the protection of witnesses, in the sense that there is bullying of our witnesses. There are threats that are forwarded to the witnesses that are supposed to appear in court. And that on its own creates a challenge, because some of the witnesses, as soon as they are bullied or as soon as they are being threatened, what they do now, they withdraw their information and their services to be witness in check, and that in court. And that on its own creates a challenge in the sense that we find ourselves having unsuccessful prosecution due to the fact that the witnesses have withdrawn. The other challenge that we have seen as a commission is that of logistical challenges. We have seen that happening in Mpumalanga, in Secunda, and that is happening also in other courts, whereby logistical challenges leads to postponement of cases. Like they would say the recording is not working. And we all know that as soon as the recording in court is not working, the next thing is the postponement of the case. And then the other thing is the issue of the accused. They hire this particular lawyer for representation, and then towards the middle or at the initial stage of the case, they come forward and say, we are changing the attorneys now. I'm using a new representation. That on its own creates a delay in the cases being heard in court. Among other reasons that we came across was that the accused also has a tendency of escaping either to other provinces, and with us as a country having so many borders of neighboring countries surrounding us, they escape to neighboring countries. And the other challenge is our track and trace system as a country when it comes to tracking accused in other countries needs more improvement so that they are brought back and the prosecution and its related matters take place. It's a basket of reasons, but I've just sponsored a few.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Some alarming issues that you've just raised there, Commissioner. And it just makes me wonder then, government has this ambitious target to end gender-based violence by the year 2030. Based on all of the things that you've said and all of that you've seen over the last few years, this is an ambitious target and government is unlikely to meet it.
Well, let us leave that response to government to give. Yes, it's true, there is this Sustainable Development Goal that talks about GBVF being ended by 2030. What I would commit on behalf of the Commission for Gender Equality is that in line with our mandate, which is to protect, respect, also around the issues of the attainment of gender equality, through our role of advising, supporting, and monitoring, we will ascertain that at the end of the day, we monitor government, we advise government, we support government where possible to ascertain that that sustainable goal is reached by 2030. But it lies within the hands of government because they are the ones that are responsible for the implementation of that sustainable goal. But in line with our mandate, we'll give it the full force, the efficacy that is needed, the robust engagement work, resources and everything to make sure that, as expected by the Commission for Gender Equality, we play our part as we have been playing our part previously.